Hey guys, Ryan here, and in this video I'm going to be covering how to enhance or improve the graphics of almost any game that runs on Windows 11. For that purpose we're going to use a fantastic tool called ReShade, which is a post-processing injector, meaning that the effects that are applied are on top of the original game's graphics. So for example, if a game doesn't natively support depth of field, SMA anti-aliasing, chromatic aberration, or in fact any other modern graphical effect, then it's entirely possible to add this on top. Plus, since ReShade is vendor agnostic, in theory, that means it's compatible with almost any game available for Windows, regardless of what GPU manufacturer you have. Now, in terms of practical use, I personally use ReShade with older Bethesda games, and it's mainly ones that use a TLA or temporal anti-aliasing. That's what I found is at higher resolutions such as 1440p, the game's textures do tend to look quite blurry. Now, more specifically, what I use is a combination of a ReShade sharper filter, just to add a bit more detail to the objects or the landscapes that wouldn't normally be seen because of, like I said, the blurry nature. And I also use a filter just to brighten up the game as well. Now, of course, this would be an extremely long video if I covered every possible thing that ReShade could do, so I'm going to leave it for you just to explore what the possibilities are. Now, of course, if you want to find out more information about ReShade's capabilities, or indeed any compatibility with the games, especially online ones, then I do recommend that you check out the page about ReShade on the PC Gaming Wiki. Okay, so how to install ReShade? Well, it's dead simple really, much like any of these videos that I cover. First thing you want to do is navigate to reshade.me with your web browser, and then scroll down to the bottom of the page. Now, there's two options you can choose. You can either click on the option here, which is download ReShade and then the latest version, or alternatively, download ReShade with full add-on support. I recommend you going for the first option here, as the bottom one's more to do with developing add-ons, that kind of thing. Let's click on that now. Okay, so that's now downloaded, so what I'm going to do is double click on the installer package to begin the process of installation. So the first window will ask you what game you wish to use ReShade with. For this example, I'm going to be choosing Fallout 76, so let's select that from the list and then click Next to continue. Now, next window should correctly identify the graphical API that the game uses, which for Fallout 76 is DirectX 11, so again let's press Next. And now you'll have a list of what effects you want to install, and if you're new to ReShade in general, then I would recommend just selecting everything. Now, one other thing you can do as well, you can also choose to import a preset file. So for example, if you downloaded a ReShade preset from somewhere like Nexus Mods, for example, this is the bit where you would import this as well. On this occasion, we're not going to do that. We're just going to click Next. Okay, so now at this point, we've got ReShade installed. So all we need to do is click Finish to, funny enough, finish the process. Now, just one thing to note, you will need to repeat this same process for each individual game you wish to use ReShade with. And also in the future, if there's an update to ReShade, you basically run through the same steps as well. Okay, so in order to use ReShade, in terms of launching the games, it's just the same as normal. And again, I'm just going to use Fallout 76 as the example. So let's launch that with a good old big old play button. Okay, so one thing you may notice is that while the game is loading, the first thing you'll see is a big bar at the top stating that the effects are being compiled. Now, none of this is a one-time occurrence, but some effects may be recompiled on each subsequent launch to the game, but really just be patient and wait for the process to complete. Right then, so to open up ReShade within the game itself, you want to press the Home button. And the first thing you'll see is a tutorial which basically just covers how to use ReShade, but this can be skipped, so we're going to choose the option here to skip tutorial. And as I mentioned before, ReShade is extremely customizable and there are tons of options to select, including new filters, graphical effects, and sharpness basically, which are going to all be applied to the displayed image you see in front of you. Now, for the demonstration, I'm going to load into my character on Fallout 76 and then show you the difference between having ReShade enabled and having it disabled. Okay, I was hoping it wasn't going to be really dark, but okay, fair enough. We'll deal with what we need to do. Right then, okay, so this is the standard game. As you can see, it's a bit blurry basically. And yeah, at 1440p, the game itself doesn't look particularly great. So what we can do is we can apply some effects. So let's press the home key, and I'm going to use clarity as the first one, and what that'll do is brighten up the game effectively, since it doesn't natively support HDR. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is Del C Sharpen, which, as the description there says, what it really does is sharpens the image, and it's designed to reduce that blaring effect of TAA, which we mentioned earlier. And the final one that I apply is Luma Sharpen, which really just adds more detail to the game world. Let's enable that one as well, and we press home to close it. And as you can see, it's almost a night and day difference. Alright, Becky, how's it hanging? As you can see, the game looks significantly better. I mean, the trees still look terrible, but hey, it's a 10-year-old game. Who's going to care? Yeah, there's just so much more detail with this ReShade enabled. And I mean, look, I'll demonstrate it again. So we'll press home again, turn this all off. Yeah, look, we're back to the blurry mess again. And if we just enable them one by one, so clarity, better lighting, sharpen, a bit more detail, and then Luma Sharpen again to finish it off. And yeah, it's really cool. Now, of course, this is all going to be subjected to my personal preferences, but really that's the beauty of ReShade, as you can now tailor games to look exactly how you want them to look. And that's it, really. Okay then, so in conclusion, ReShade is a fantastic tool, and it's especially useful for older titles that might not even support modern graphical effects, add your own customizable filters, or even in my particular case, combating that poor use of anti-aliasing at higher resolutions. In either case, thanks for watching this video today, and if you did find it helpful, then please don't forget to leave a like, share the video, and also subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. Thanks again, and I'll catch you again very, very soon. Bye now.